E.N.D here. Finally, spoiler season for Phyrexia All Will Be One have officially started, and even though nearly half of the rare cards have been leaked, we still have some cards yet to be revealed, especially mythic cards. Let's start. And I want to start with the land cycle, the Scar lands. First reprinted in Scars of Meridian, that's why we call them Scar lands. They will see a reprint in Phyrexia All Will Be One. All of them will enter the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other cards. They will tap for 2 colors. You will have the regular version, and you have also this gorgeous borderless version of these cards. Paladin of Predation, 5 and 2 green, it's a 6/7, it's an uncommon. Toxic 6, meaning that players that will be dealt damage by this creature, they will also get 6 poison counters, so be aware. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. And while we are talking about creatures with power 2 or less, Skelf Defector Might. For 1 white, it's a 1/1 Toxic 1. 1 white Phyrexian mana, tap, choose a color, another target creature controlled gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color until end of turn. It can be blocked by creatures of that color this turn. And here we also have the Phyrexian Might token. Skelf Hive, for 1 and 1 white, it's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can block. Corrupted, as long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, creatures you control with Toxic have lifelink. White Sun's Twilight. We already saw this card that was leaked. X and 2 white, it's a sorcery. You gain X life, create X 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1. If X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. I think it will be a very strong white card. Black Sun's Twilight, this is the Black Twilight. X and 1 black, instant, up to 1 target creature get -X until end of turn. If X is 5 or more, return a creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Urabrask Forge, 2 and 1 red, it's an artifact. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put an oil counter on it, then create an X 1 red Phyrexian Horror creature token with trample and haste, where X is the number of oil counters on it. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of the next end step. So 1 oil counter is a 1/1, 2 oil counters it's a 2/1, 3 oil counters it's a 3/1, and so on and so on. Melira the Living Cure. We also saw this card when it was leaked. 1 green and 1 white is a 3/3. If you would get 1 or more poison counters, instead you get 1 poison counter, and you can get additional poison counters this turn. Exile it, choose another target creature or artifact. When it's put into graveyard this turn, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Glissa Sunslayer. For 1 1 black and 1 green, it's a 3/3. First strike and Death Touch. Whenever it does combat damage to a player, choose 1, you draw a card, you lose 1 life, destroy target enchantment, remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. Having First Strike and Death Touch, it's a very dangerous combination. Azuri Stalker of Spheres, also another leaked card. 2 and 1 green and 1 blue, it's a 3/3. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3. If you do, proliferate twice. When you proliferate, draw a card. There's the regular version, and there's also a gorgeous borderless E-Core Showcase. Blade of Shared Souls, 2 and 1 blue artifact equipment, has 4 Mirrodin, meaning that when this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 red rebel creature token, then attach this to it. When it becomes attached to a creature, for as long as it remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control, equip for 2. Deceit Core, it's a land, it's a sphere. Tap, add 1 colorless mana. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast Phyrexian creature spells. Corrupted. Tap, target 1/1 creature gets +2/+1 until end of turn. Activate only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. Commander. Phyrexia All Will Be One will have 2 commander pre-constructed decks. One of the commanders will be Neyali Sun's Vanguard. 2 1 red and 1 white, it's a 3/3. Attacking tokens you control have double strike. Whenever 1 or more tokens you control attack a player, exile the top card of your library. During any turn you attacked with a token, you may play that card. And the other commander will be Ixel Sion of Atraxa. 1 1 white, 1 black and 1 green, it's a 2/5 Flying Vigilance Toxic 2. Corrupted. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent who has 3 or more poison counters exiles the top card of their library. You may look at it and play those cards as long as they remain exiled. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Elesh Norn. The set will be all about this Phyrexian, and mother of the machines is the mythic card. 4 and 1 white, it's a 4/7 with vigilance. If a permanent enters the battlefield, causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents enter the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponent control to trigger. As said, this set will be all about Elesh Norn, and you will not have only one version, there will be 7. The regular, Borderless Consecrator, Borderless Icor Showcase, Borderless Manga, Oislick Rice Foil, Phyrexian, and Step and Complete foils. Mondrak Glory Dominus, 2 and 2 white, it's a 4/4. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. For 1 and 2 white Phyrexian mana, sacrifice 2 other artifacts and or creatures, put an indestructible counter on it. This is a very interesting and powerful white card. It's a 4-drop for 4/4, and if you sacrifice 2 artifacts or creatures and pay 1 and 2 white Phyrexian mana, this will get an indestructible counter, making it indestructible. Very, very powerful card. The Compleated Planeswalkers. We know that Phyrexia All Will Be One will have 5 new completed Planeswalkers. We already saw Nahiri the Unforgiving, Luca Bound to Ruin, Nissa Ascended Animist, and Vraska Betrayal Sting. We haven't seen the last one. And the last one, unfortunately, is Jace the Perfected Mind. 2 1 blue and 1 blue Phyrexian mana. 5 loyalty counters. Completed, meaning that if you paid life for the Phyrexian mana, it gets 2 less loyalty counters. +1 until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -1, -0. -2, target player mills 3 cards, then if a graveyard has 20 or more cards in it, you draw 3 cards, otherwise you draw a card. -X, target player mills 3 times X cards. Honestly, this Jace Completed Planeswalker is quite a powerful card. It can hit the battlefield on turn 3 thanks to the Phyrexian mana. It can mill your opponent or help you with your graveyard synergy. So Jace was the last card spoiled in this particular day 1 of the spoilers of Phyrexia All Will Be One. Join me tomorrow for more spoilers of this epic set. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.